welcome to tonight's recap of The Bachelorette.
It's the week we've all been waiting for, the fantasy overnight dates week.
Alright, so let's just do a quick recap of where everyone's at. Chris is ready for love, but he still has issues.
He really does. Roberto, he is like a friggin' prima donna. He's used to having the girls throw themselves at him, and he's got his dad, like, cheering him on all the time. My son, the prize. And he's got a girlfriend. I just read that on somebody's blog today. Frank, he's kind of a creeper when you look at him. He's also a gay man trapped in a straight man's body, or maybe it's a straight man trapped in a gay man's body. I haven't quite figured it out yet.
I'm pretty sure he's just metro and emotional, but anyway.
Okay. All right, so let's start off with the Frank drama.
Frank is torn. He has feelings for 2 women.
That's okay, though, because Allie right now has feelings for 3 guys.
Oh!
Exactly.
Yeah. So Frank goes to Chicago because he needs to find his ex and see if there's still something there.
Right. He goes to her hotel room, and she was all like, oh, hi, what are you doing here? What are you doing in a hotel? Like, you didn't know he was going to show up with a camera crew? Come on, we're not stupid. So, I think Frank... I'm doubting he's a writer, because he really sucks at communicating with her.
A lot of silent moments.
And I, and you, and I, he sucks. At least she can speak for the 2 of them, though. She totally put it into perspective.
She's like, you complete me. We need to be together. Don't go back.
So, Frank loves his ex, and it turns out that she actually loves him, too. Happy ending.
Yep.
Thank you. It's probably the only one they've had on the entire thing, except for Trista and Ryan. Trot them out with their 2 kids. Oh, no, that's next week. All right, so they make out, and he says that he's got to go on a mission to find Allie because it's the right thing to do. He's got to tell her.
He's got to tell her playtime is over.
They had a few laughs, but it's over now. You didn't think it was going to last, did you?
Well, he can find her in Tahiti, where...
She's just happy to be there. She arrives in Tahiti and she's like, this is freaking great and I cannot wait for the overnight part.
Yeah. So the first date is with Roberto and she goes to pick him up at his shack.
They have a little helicopter tour to a heart-shaped island. It didn't look heart-shaped to me.
It was a stretch.
Yeah, it really was. I think anything will look heart-shaped if you're drunk enough. All right, so they have some water makeouts with the obligatory underwater camera.
Why?
Was that really necessary?
Did not want to see it.
I don't watch the show for the dirty bits. All right, so it's dinner time. He admits he's falling in love with her. He never opened up to a girl like this before. Then they get the old sex invitation from the pimp Chris Harrison.
A.K.A. Fantasy Suite.
Invitation. Yeah, the little keys in there. Yes, let's do it. What kind of a dump was this? They had to walk through like waist-high water to get to their room.
Yeah. It looked like a nice room, though.
It was. It ends with them getting undressed. The rest is up to you.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Chris's date.
It starts off with a boat ride.
Awkward.
It seems like they don't have anything to talk about.
No. They have to swim to the island. More underwater shots. Please. I learned something. It's really hard to swim when Allie's riding you like a koala bear on the front.
Yeah, it looked like Chris was really struggling in the water. I don't know if he's just a weak swimmer or if Allie was, like, taking him down, but...
Well, it made them angry because they went on an oyster killing spree in search of pearls.
Oh, my God.
This is cool. Let me just kill this oyster.
Yeah.
Rip it open to shreds. They found the black one.
Which was probably cursed.
Probably.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes.
Okay.
Dinner was an island picnic. Again, they had to walk through the water.
No, they just swim to the island.
No, they walked. The first one was swimming. Remember they lifted up their pants? Sorry. All right, so yeah, it's just the 2 of them. And a small camera crew and director.
Probably
it's so easy to get romantic when all those people are there with you. With lights in your freaking face.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess it wasn't too hard because they had a little makeout. Yes, he can see them together. And then, whoosh, pimp card.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, he insisted on reading it.
He slapped her down when she started reading it.
He was not a good reader either. I was waiting for him to say, what's that word? No, it didn't happen, though.
Or like that awkward pause when you're in class and you wait for the teacher to say it.
I think it came with Viagra, though, because when that pimp card came out, he was like, let's go! And then he was all over her like white on rice. I'm telling you.
All right, well...
It's time for Frank. Let's bring the room down. Chris Harrison, go to Frank's hut.
First, they have a little discussion because Frank needs some advice in breaking the news to Allie.
Right, and Chris Harrison was totally blown away. Not really, but he might be a good actor because he pretended that he was. I mean, how hard is it to sit there and go,
yeah, and how do you feel about that?
yeah, Frank, you're a good man. Just tell her. Again, is he really a writer? Because it took about 15 minutes for them to say, just tell her. All right, so happy-go-lucky Allie arrives. She's all like, I'm ready for our date.
He's like, Allie, we need to talk.
Frank spills his
emotional.
guts. He tells her everything. We've heard it for the third time. You don't need to hear it again. Her response was, why didn't you say anything sooner? Duh, because he would have been off the show. And he wasn't exactly sure what he wanted. Anywho, just like you are with all the guys.
So she pulls out, you're so selfish. I gave up everything.
I did too. Well, not everything, Frank.
I just find it amusing that she is dating, as of right now, she was dating 3 guys at once. And she just kicks them off when she got stronger feelings for the other ones. But if they do that to her, no.
Well, needless to say, little Pinhead didn't take it well. There was an awkward hug. I hope there was a few gallons of ice cream waiting for her back in her hut because she needed it.
Yeah.
Besides, she's putting on a little junk in the trunk as well. I think she's been eating the ice cream a little bit too much all along.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad for Frank because it's just a game to her. I do feel bad for Frank. I'm sorry, but
I'm
she
happy
was
he got out of there and he's happy now.
All right. Is there something wrong with Allie? Probably. She's wondering. I mean, it seems she didn't seem like she was doing anything wrong when she dumped Jake. I don't know. So she's scared. Obviously, she's come this far in the game, and she thought Frank was the man for her, and it turned out that he couldn't be more wrong. I don't know. I would have taken Frank back.
All right, well, it's time for a rose ceremony, a.k.a. time killer.
Exactly. It's not about me giving out the rose. It's about them accepting it, because we have time to kill. So she explains the whole situation to the guys in Allie speak. Allie speak. Frank didn't dump me. He just had to take care of something out of town. It's okay.
It was really vague, and it was obvious that she didn't want to say that he dumped her.
Yeah, but he totally did. All right, so next week it's going to be the traditional guys tell-all. Mm-hmm. Cannot wait for all the chuckleheads to come back.
Weatherman! He's my favorite.
And others. And Craig. I know I took a lot of flack about liking Craig. Not as a date, just as a naughty boy. All right, so then in 2 weeks, I know you weren't here for Craig, so you don't even know him yet.
Weatherman.
In 2 weeks, it's the finale, kids, so just try and hang on till then, till we see her pick no one. All right, till next week, guys, tell all. Much love.